going, guys? I've got the all-new DOOGEE S99 available for around $330 on Amazon. Actually, there is a $50 off coupon when I checked it right now, so you can get it for just under $300, which is pretty nice. So it has 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage, and there's a 6,000 milliamp hour battery in this. Apparently, the one I got is in Sunshine Gold, which just has some slight goldish colors on the side, but that's the side. And here we've got, I guess, a screen protector and screen protector accessories, along with a limited warranty card. I'm not going to go through everything right now, but if you want to pause and take a look at it here yourself, you're free to do so. Then there's a USB-C to USB-C cable and the wall outlet that does have a USB-C output and 33 watts, so this has fast charging. There's also this piece I wasn't really familiar with initially, but it turns out you can use this to open the microSD tray. You can take this out with your fingernails, but it might damage your fingernails, so it's best to use this. And it's really nice that they included that so you can get to the tray. Here are all the slots. And I'm not going to lie, for some reason my camera is not good today, so I apologize for the inconvenience. This has an IP68 IP69K rating with MIL STD 810H. I forgot what that means, but it's definitely something useful. So you basically won't have any problems if this goes in the water, sand, etc. And for a rugged smartphone, this actually isn't too thick or heavy. Well, maybe it's also because I'm coming from the DOOGEE V30, which was a really thick and heavy phone. This one's not that bad. On the side here, you've got the fingerprint scanner, power button, volume keys. And then on top, nothing much. On the side, you've got the microSD card slot / SIM tray, and then a customizable button. On the bottom is, I believe, a microphone on the side, then a USB-C port, and then speakers, or just one speaker that's on the bottom. Then on the back, you've got your cameras, with the main one being 108 megapixels in the middle. There is a pretty interesting LED light that circles around, but usually these cameras aren't that great. I mean, I'm going to go outside and test it out for a second. Here's what it looks like outside. So the sun is setting. That's why I can see everything outside. I mean the screen more specifically. But it doesn't look too bad. Let's see. Do a 4x zoom. Try. Yeah, the camera is just whatever, honestly. Fortunately, the flashlight is kind of gimmicky. It only emits from like 2 sides. There's like 2 LED lights. It should have been all around, you know, because otherwise this almost looks a little misleading, and it doesn't really look that bright. The LED light is not that good. I'm inside my garage, here in my garage. There's like 1 or 2 IR blasters in the back for night vision, and this is how it works. It seems to do a pretty decent job. The front-facing camera is whatever, honestly. It's not really that bad. Let's take a look at some pictures here. It's definitely tolerable, I'd say, but you can't really expect too much here. The screen isn't bad. It gets decently bright, kind of enough to use outside in sunlight, but maybe in like full daylight out, you might have some trouble. Get in the box, there's actually quite a bit, including a screen. So the speaker itself is not too tinny. It only emits from that one side, unfortunately not by the speakerphone that's up here too. That would have been nice if it emitted from both sides. I think that's what the DOOGEE V30 had, which is the other smartphone that they have, which goes for a little bit more, but I actually like that one. The screen itself isn't pixelated or anything. It's pretty nice. You shouldn't have any trouble watching videos at full HD 1080p on YouTube, but things like Netflix and other streaming services will not work because it has a wideband level of L3, so videos are capped at 480p there. Regardless, performance on here doesn't seem to be bad at all. Like, I'm able to browse the web easily without any major problems. Surprisingly, I haven't really noticed any slowdowns whatsoever. I mean, if it was there, it's very minuscule. So that's definitely positive. The scores from Geekbench 6 were actually pretty decent based on what I've seen. Compared to the DOOGEE V30, these scores were not that much lower. The single core score was about like 850 on that one, so it's almost like 200 less on this. Then the multi-core score is like, I think it was like 2300 on there, or 2400, and so that's about 400 less here, give or take. Also, by the way, this is the amount of storage space that's available after you take it out of the box. So only 14.2 gigs is used out of 128, so you got a lot of space here, nothing to worry about. And also performance is pretty good here based on the games I played. First game here is Roblox, and no major issues. I have the graphics set to the highest level, pretty much maxed out. And it's playable, barely any issues, not too many frame rate drops. Next game here is Hello Neighbor. I haven't really noticed any major delays or lag whatsoever. Things run pretty smoothly here. Oh, there's that guy. Hey pal, you dropped this. Right, yeah, everything works great. This is interesting. Next game here is RuneScape. Not old school RuneScape, but like RuneScape 3 or whatever they call it. And things tend to run, it looks like just looking around, things seem to be kind of smooth. There are some hiccups here and there that I'll see. Just cutting this tree. Not much of an issue. Yeah, wow, this is actually kind of impressive. I'm surprised at how well things are performing here. Oh, this is what the graphics were set to. Wonder if we set it to 60 if we'll get consistent smoothness. And everything else was just like this. So I guess graphics settings were at like low to medium. Wow, yeah, it definitely seems smooth. Like it's consistently running at 60 FPS. So that's definitely nice. I tweaked some settings for RuneScape and turned something on that I guess was supposed to reload the map, but it's taking a while. So games are going to be playable at like lower graphics settings, and surprisingly it runs really well. Everything seems to run pretty well. So that's definitely a good sign for price to performance. I think it's pretty worthwhile, especially being a rugged smartphone. The only slight downsides would be the brightness might not be enough for some people outdoors if you work in construction or whatever, and the camera being subpar, especially with that flashlight, it's not too bright. And then in terms of ruggedness, I mean, of course, this will last a few drops. If I were to take it just a estimate, but maybe not too much. But if it was to like fall flat, the cameras would probably take a hit. Although this is kind of like protruding out a little bit, so this will be the first thing to take a hit. Nonetheless, though, I think for what it's worth, and again for performance, everything runs smoothly. That's pretty worthwhile, I would say. And the battery life, I haven't tested it out thoroughly, but so far from the little use I've had, it seems to work pretty well. I'll try to have an update video for the battery life itself solely, so be sure to subscribe for that, and leave a like if you did find this video helpful and subscribe for more. As always, thanks for watching. In general, this thing looks and feels pretty nice, especially having that gold design. It's definitely appreciated, those accents. Makes it look a little nicer.